Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video we will discuss about tonics for the female health, especially menstruation problems. So the first tonic for the female health is German Homeo Care and Cure Ladies tonic. So let's talk about this tonic. So it is a tonic to tone up female reproductive system and regularizes gynecological disorders, menstrual rhythms, and smooth and healthy functioning of the uterus. It is a well-tested remedy for controlling the leucorrhoea. Amenorrhoea means absent of menses, dysmenorrhea means painful menses, and menorrhagia means profuse menses, and metrorrhagia. Now, what are the indications for German's Lady Care and the Cure syrup? So, it regularizes, as I said, it regulates menstrual rhythms. It is highly efficacious in bleeding disorders and which may be seen in conditions like ovarian cyst, climacteric phase, and menarche. Now let's talk about the action of the ingredients which are used in German's Lady Care and Cure syrup. So first ingredient is pinus limb. So let's talk about it. So pinus limb, it has an action on the menstrual functions, restoring menses when suppressed, remove painful sensations resulting from separation. Second ingredient is Cholophyllum. So it helps in spasmodic and the severe pains which fly in all the directions, along with shivering without progress, false pains, and painful menses with flying pains to other part of the body. Next ingredient is Pulsatilla nigricans. So it helps in suppressed menses from bad feet, nervous debility, tardy menses, too late, scanty, thick, dark, clotted, changeable, intermittent menses. Next ingredient is Magnesium Phosphoricum. So it acts as an anti-spasmodic remedy with radiating pains which are aggravated during menses, and it is useful in menstrual colic, that is painful cramping of the abdomen while menstruation period, and it also helps in cramping of the muscles. Next ingredient which is used in German's Lady Care and the Cure syrup is Gaucipium. So Gaucipium will relieve tardy menses, especially with the sensation that flows is about to start and yet doesn't do so. It helps in suppressed menstruations, menses too watery, backache, weight, and dragging in the pelvis region. Next ingredient is Savina. So menses which are too profuse, too early, and too long lasting, partly fluid and partly clotted, with the offensive flow in the paroxysms, with colgy and the labor-like pains, and pains from sacrum to the pubis. And the last ingredient is sickle cord, or simply you can say sickle cornuatum. So menstrual colic with the exhaustion, coldness, and intolerance of the heat. Syrup, that is German's Lady Care and the Cure syrup for the menstrual irregularities and the menstrual problems. Now let's talk about the doses and how to take this syrup. So always you have to take 1 or 2 teaspoonful twice daily after meal or as directed by your doctor. Now what are the precautions that you have to maintain while taking this Lady Care and the Cure syrup? So, firstly, this remedy should not be taken during pregnancy. Secondly, avoid eating tobacco or the drinking alcohol during the course of the medication. So this was all about the first female tonic. Now next we'll talk about the second female tonic, that is Lord's Mensorite tonic. Now we will talk about this tonic. So indications of Lord's Mensorite syrup. So it helps in regulate tardy and the delayed menses. It helps in functional amenorrhea, that is absence of the menses in a young girls with backache, and painful and the irregular menstruation. Now next we'll talk about the action of the ingredients, that what is the composition of this syrup. So first ingredient which is used for making this Mensorite Lord syrup is Pulsatilla nigricans mother tincture. So let's talk about this ingredient. So Pulsatilla helps in suppressed menses from bad fit, as I have already said. When there is a nervous stability, tardy menses are too late, scanty, they are thick, dark and with clotted, means they have clot. Changeable intermittent menses, and it is also useful in amenorrhea. Now second ingredient is Pinus lamb mother tincture. So Pinus lamb has an action on the menstrual functions. It helps in restoring the menses when suppressed. Remove pain. Gaucipium mother tincture. So Gaucipium will relieve tardy menses, especially with sensation that the flow is about to start and yet does not do so. There is a history of suppressed menstruation. Menses are too watery. There is backache, bait and dragging in the pelvis. Now the last ingredient which is used for making this tonic is Cholophyllum mother tincture. So in spasmodic and the severe pains which flies in all the direction accompanied with shivering without progress, and there is a false pains just like labor pains. So these are the four main ingredients which are used for making Lord's Mensorite serum, which is especially recommended to the females while their menstruation period. Now next we'll talk about the doses, that how to take this syrup. So always take 1 or 2 tablespoons with water, and you have to take it twice a day. So this was all about the second women's tonic. Now let's talk about the third female tonic is Hapdco Mensol syrup. Problems, and it has given excellent results, whether it's menstrual irregularities, whether it's amenorrhea, whether it's a debility or any kind of emaciation, whether it's anemia, whether it's loss of appetite, whether it's a case of leucorrhoea. So it has excellent result in case of female problems. So this is one of the best tonic. So let's talk about it. So first of all, we'll talk about the indications of Hapdco Mensol syrup. So as I have already said, it is an excellent uterine sedatives for regulation of the menstrual troubles together with general improvement of the health. Mensol corrects the irregular menses, scanty menses, profuse menses and painful menses. And leucorrhoea discharge along with the headache, backache, vertigo, debility, loss of health, loss of appetite, anxiety, worry and anemia. So this was all about the indications. Now next we'll talk about the composition. So what are the main ingredients which are used for making Hapdco Mensol syrup? So one by one we'll talk about the ingredients now. So first ingredient which is used for making this Mensol syrup is Ashoka. So Ashoka, let's talk about it. So complaints of the headache which are associated with the menstrual irregularities. There is a pain in the back during menses. Second ingredient is Cinchona officinalis. When the menses are too early, dark clots and abdominal distension is there, profuse menses with the pain. Third ingredient is Abroma augusta. So it causes the menses to appear and gives the tone and strength to the uterus. Next ingredient is Cholophyllum. So when there is spasmodic and severe pains which flies in all the direction along with shivering and without progress, there is a false pains and painful menses with the pain flying to other part of the body. And the next ingredient is Vibranum Opulus. So this is one of the very general remedy for the cramps. When there is a cold key pain in the pelvic region, there is a bearing down sensation, or you can say bearing down pains before. There is the ovarian regional feels heavy and the congested. There is aching pain in the sacrum and the pubis, with the pain in the anterior muscles of your thighs during the menstruation period. The next ingredient is Pulsatilla nigricans. So as I have already said, it helps in suppressed menses when wet fit. There is a nervous stability, tardy menses. Menses are too late, scanty, thick, dark clotted, changeable, and there is an intermittent menses. And next ingredient is MagPhos, that is Magnesium Phosphoricum. So as we all know that Magnesium Phos is an antispasmodic remedy, and it works excellently in case of menstrual problems with radiating pains that are aggravated during menses, and this is useful in menstrual colics and cramping of the muscles. And the last ingredient which is used for making this Mensol syrup is Calcarea Phos. So whenever there is a burning and the pressing pain, there is a itching, weakness, with the numbness in the body part, so this medicine works excellently. So this was all about the composition of the Mensol syrup. Now next we'll talk about the doses, that what is the direction for the use of Mensol syrup. So always you have to take 1 teaspoonful with a little fresh water, and you have to take it 3 times a day.